Welcome everyone tonight, day number 128 here on a Friday evening, storming pretty good around the Palatial Studios here in Pennsylvania. I have lots of information tonight, specifically hang around to the end, and I'm going to have some update from Zhenya tonight, and I will make sure everybody's squared away before we roll that, so all the vets aren't getting mad at me. Welcome to all of you here. Let me pull this in. Ricochet, welcome to you, my friend. Chuck Pinkham, you're welcome for the dedication. I've got a little better system here for putting up the comments. Jeffrey Burnett, as always, thank you for the moderation. Huge deal. Rogaman, Don Gentilini, appreciate you as always, my friend. Much propaganda in U.S. abroad against Ukraine, what PG has said, and I echo. Ukrainians are precious people, great faith, and love freedom in the U.S. Amen to that. Rita Berryman, welcome to you. Rick Berry, Dobre Ultra Slava Ukraina. Firecracker 10. No shaking going on in the Southeast today. Wilson's Custom Gun Polishing. Good evening, PG and PC. Way to go. With the mission telling the truth every night, Slava Ukraina. Ben Waldron checking in, Carson City, Nevada. I know exactly where you're sitting. Slide over and get out of my seat, please. All right, folks, it is time to roll. Really want to keep this focused and updated as much as possible. Lots going on and much to share tonight. Most importantly, I've got some really good video, like unbelievable. So, earthquake in South Carolina yesterday. Gotcha. We have plenty of viewers from South Carolina, so hopefully they didn't rock, rattle, and roll too much. Eric Wood checking in from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Welcome to you, my friend. All right, let's get to it, folks. I want to roll right in. So we see a strategy developing, and what I have done here is I have numbered over the last few days the sequential order of the serious strikes. Now, every strike is serious. In fact, unfortunately, you see number 6, that would be going on right now. Sumi is being hit extremely hard last night. If you remember last night on the program, I was telling you live during those moments that Odessa was being hit, that we were cleaning up, trying to figure out what's going on. When the program started, there was 10 deceased. When the program ended, it was 12 deceased. And today I'll have an updated number for you on that. Malcolm Bills, welcome to you as always from Great Britain. All right, so here you go. If you look at the sequential order of numbers there, and I'll give you the cities, it's about 6 days ago that Kyiv was hit very directly with cruise missiles. That was the big story. Russia was all of a sudden targeting Kyiv again directly with cruise missiles. What's up, AP? Welcome from Rio Vista, California. Then secondly, Zhytomyr was hit. We lost 24 folks there in one strike in the Zhytomyr region. Then it jumped down to Mykolaiv, and we lost 12 folks. Now, when I say lost folks, these are residential places. Fourth, the strike that we covered very intently for a couple of days in Kremenchuk at the mall. We analyzed it. We showed the missile strike. We showed that it was the mall, that none of the propaganda coming out of Russia was true. It was intentional. There's no way getting around it. Then number 5 was last night, and that was Odessa. We're going to focus on Odessa and look at that a little closer for a couple of minutes tonight. And now, unfortunately, I have to tell you tonight that like last night, remember we update every 23 hours. 23 hours ago, it was Odessa in the south. That would be at number 5. And tonight, Sumi is being struck, number 6, very intently. In fact, when I was going on just a few minutes when I got the last update, just today, 254 strikes between shells and missiles in Sumi. We're talking about striking. Now, lots of that is shelling, but later this evening, of course, approaching the early morning, they start sending the cruise missiles. So it's just interesting. If you look at it, they're jumping from city to city. Kyiv, Zhytomyr, Mykolaiv, up to Kremenchuk, down to Odessa, all the way to Sumi. They're jumping around with the intent strikes. Now, the 5 stars on the right, under constant bombardment. Kharkiv in the east, of course, where we're looking at Kramatorsk, Slavyansk, and Lysychansk. We know that Severodonetsk has fallen. Then you come down into the Donetsk region. You come across into the Kherson region, and right above Crimea there, pushing up backward toward Mykolaiv, under constant shelling. But your major strikes, very interesting. They're jumping from city to city. And tonight, unfortunately, I have to tell you that it is Odessa. I mean, Sumi. Last night was Odessa. Now, some movement update for you. A few days ago, this map is zoomed in on the east. On the left side, I've got some black lines drawn there. I didn't want to write over the flags, but that is the M3 highway. When you're in Ukraine, the major highways, they begin with an M, and then they have a number. Well, the M3 highway is a major highway, and right now it is controlled by Ukraine. That's good. If you look to the right, I have the green circle around Zolota with the arrow dropping down. And if you remember, folks, it was just a few days ago that kind of triangle pinch was there coming in towards Zolota. And at that point, Ukraine said, listen, we've got to back up and we've got to refortify. So Ukraine was able to escape that. They pulled back. They did not lose one soldier out of Zolota or Severodonetsk. Now, Lysychansk may be another story, but they were able to draw back. What I wanted to show you on the movement update, and this was even confirmed to me just about an hour ago from Zhenya. We were talking, preparing some things that I will be sharing with you in just a few minutes. And he says, listen, we're losing some territory pretty quick. And today he was with the military. I'm fully cleared by the military to tell you what was going on 100%. So we're all good, but we'll save that for just a few moments. However, military was sharing as they were doing their runs for the humanitarian aid and the military support that we're going to lose a little bit more territory over the next couple of days. And Jania told me that he would even have another update from the military on that tomorrow. So we're thankful that Ukraine was able to get out. But what I really want to show you there is look how the push came. Remember, Zolota, we were holding on. That's in the green circle. And now there's been quite a push over that. I see you there, BCT. Dunn, North Carolina. Welcome to you. Now, one more movement here. Unfortunately, 4 or 5 days ago, we updated you that there were 6 battalions of Belarusian troops. Of course, Russian troops are there. Missiles, equipment, not really the infrastructure there to attack. The communication systems are not there to attack, and that is from Budanov and Ukrainian intelligence. Yet, there are 7 battalions on the northern border of Ukraine. I have the blue line drawn for you there so that you can see the northern border of Ukraine. In the bottom right of that picture, that would be Kyiv, and then you would come across to Zhytomyr, and you would come across to the left to Rovno and Lutsk, and eventually get to that corner in the Volyn area, all along that northern border from Chernobyl and Kyiv to the west. 7 battalions now. They moved another battalion. And of course, we understand, can there be an attack from there? Ukrainian intelligence is saying 60-40 at the max, 70-30, but it was 50-50 or even 40-60 on the percentage chance that there would be a push from the north. They're now greater than 50-50. However, ultimately, the job is being done because Ukraine is having to divert attention. They cannot forget that area. They cannot pull their forces from there when there's such a large contingency of the enemy on that border. So we shall see. But that is the update. Another battalion came in. I want to come down to Odessa tonight. Last night on the program, I was sharing with you that right before the program and during the program, Russia had struck a residential building. And the first report was 6 killed while they were sleeping. Then it went to 10. And during the program, when I checked it right before we went off the air last night, it was 12. We are now at 21. 21 people killed last night while they were sleeping in Odessa. That is a typical residential building you're seeing there. And the cruise missile struck right on the doorway. Pretty sad. Second thing from the Odessa attack last night, there was a second attack with cruise missiles. The interesting thing about this is this building was not a residential building. Secondly, this building was not owned by Ukraine. Are you ready for this? This building was owned by the Ministry of Health of Moldova. Moldova owns this building, and last night, one of their attendants was killed, 5 were injured. What is this building? This is a sanatorium. Now, that's not like the same word in English where you would say, okay, you know, the state hospital or to that level. Sanatoriums in the Russian language, Ukrainian language, are rest houses, places for rehabilitation, but people go and they rest and they come back. I want to remind you that Odessa is basically like Miami, Florida. And I know it's hard to think that, okay, why would Moldova have a sanatorium in Odessa? Well, I'm going to answer that for you right now. Most people are not aware of how close Moldova and Odessa are. Most citizens of Moldova. And Moldova is the nation right in the middle. And you see the capital here, Chisinau. Down to the right is Odessa. And of course, Tiraspol and this Transnistria region controlled by Russia is in between. But Moldovans come down and most of them vacation in Odessa. It's a different country. It's beautiful. It's close. It's cheaper for them than going somewhere else. And to be quite honest, there are zero vacation spots in Moldova. It's a very poor nation, beautiful people, but a poor nation. And they travel to Odessa. So when I tell you that there is a sanatorium or a rest house owned by the government of Moldova, how far? Measure distance from Chisinau to Odessa. It'll blow you away. 90 miles as the crow flies. I know it's so hard for us to understand this stuff, maybe living in a different country that is much larger, and especially if you are here in the United States. 90 miles, there's people that drive 90 miles just to go to dinner, especially where I live in between Erie and Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Many people just jump in the car and head down to Pittsburgh, grab a dinner, check a movie, and come back home. That's how far the capital of Moldova is from Odessa. And that is why Odessa is the place of a Moldovan rest house. Now, I want to show you a little bit. Here was a little bit of the video from the cleanup from that strike. You will see one person carried out at the end, but it's completely covered up. And this is just the reality. 21 folks killed last night. And I want you to think about this while they were sleeping. Very, very sad situation. And that's the cleanup from last night in Odessa. Now, I'm going to show you one more clip from Odessa. And these are all released by Ukrainian government. And here is an older man who lost some dear friends last night in the strike in Odessa. Before we do that, let me check the comments here. Odessa is like Santa Cruz. That would be correct. Aaron Flowers, welcome you. Russia is using KH-22 large-range anti-ship missiles because they are running low on the others. That is 100% correct. And unfortunately, with the KH-22, they're extremely inaccurate, but they have a limitless supply. I know nothing's limitless, but they can keep sending them. And that is what they are striking a lot of these cities with. Larry and Debbie, I see you down there in Florida. Welcome to the program. Give me a text message, man. Got to get you on here. I did not forget. Waiting to hear from you. All right. Odessa grandpa lost a friend. I had this translated for you, and just a little bit of the real emotion from the strike last night.
Бачу здесь мертвых людей, жалко детей. Знакомые погибли, дочка осталась сама сирота. Ой, простите меня, пожалуйста, я очень переживаю. Хорошо, что мои дети, внуки уехали, в неделю уехал в Молдавию. Сейчас сын с дочкой переезжает здесь. Простите меня еще раз. Очень страшно. Я не думал, что Путин такая сволочь, что он нападет на мирных людей. Все, он пошел против своего народа, против христиан, он пошел. Что он творит? Мы причем здесь мирные люди, себе жили, не думали ни о чем, работал все. А здесь он решил власть больше иметь. Она ему вся боком выйдет, эта власть. Все мало и мало им, когда они живутся, когда они награбятся, все. Из-за них страдают мирные люди, и дети страдают. За их коррупции и власти, за их власти, что им мало.
So there you can see the emotion of a man who lost friends and families traveling in the strike last night in Odessa. Now, what I want you, a couple of things I want you to gather from that, and now a little more education has come. You realize when the man would say in Odessa, well, my family went to Moldova. I mean, the border. Okay, let's don't guess. So they would have to come to here. Let me clear the measuring distance. And they can't go through Tiraspol, but they can come through Palanka here. So how far is it from Odessa to the Moldovan border? 24 miles. Nowhere. 24 miles. So now maybe that helps understand a little bit better when you see, oh, they're going to universal beep regardless of language. I understand. Yes, and I did not translate the beeps. So Moldova is close. The second thing that I want you guys to catch, unless you know the language, you would not know what language he was speaking. He was not speaking Ukrainian. He was speaking Russian. Pure Russian. Russia striking their own speakers, language, culture. He was not speaking Ukrainian. He was speaking Russian. Erdogan came out today, said Turkey will be the strongest army in the world. Really? Well, you may be able to take second place because Russia's coming down. That's obvious, but okay, so I'm just going to paint a picture. And I know that we have many, many new viewers, and especially many of you guys that watch over on Reddit. You know, I am a preacher. I am a Bible teacher. I'm a historian, and I've worked in this region of the world for almost 30 years. And I speak the language. So there's my little background. But Turkey now saying it wants to be the strongest military in the world. Give me 60 seconds to share this with you. Here we have, and I'm just going to go with a pen here, and we'll go red. So, Ukraine. I know you guys are happy to see this map back. Haven't seen this one in a while. Ukraine. And then, of course, Moscow. And, of course, they're pushing down. We've got the Baltics. We've got Belarus. You have this line here. You have China ready to come in. You have Iraq. You have Iran. And even over here, it could be India, reiterating support today. Now, let's go to a different color. Turkey now wants to be the strongest military in the world. Folks, even if you're not a Christian, you know what the Bible maybe says, or you've heard about it. In the end days, there's going to be this war in Israel. Well, Israel's right here. Listen, this does not take rocket science to see. You do not need to be a biblical scholar. Russia pushing on Ukraine. Destabilization over here. Europe, big question mark. Turkey wants to be number one. Syria supporting Ukraine, the breakaway regions, and just straight down from the north into Israel. And you can consider that your Bible lesson for the night. But folks, when I see the stories like this of Turkey saying they want to be the strongest army in the world, it makes me pay attention, not for the military side, but for the biblical side. We shall see. Germany, second day in a row, jumping all over Lithuania. Germany here, very interesting. Seems to be getting on board a little bit, sending a little bit more weapons, pledging money, and at the same time telling Lithuania to absolutely do not stop Russian sanctioned goods from traveling through your land because we do not want them to invade you. Complete fear. In Germany, you're blocked out by Poland. Poland will protect you. Ukraine will protect you. Poland will protect you. Looks like Lithuania will protect you. You just keep telling people not to defend, not to be a nation that has standards, and you will have Russia rolling on your doorstep. What I would do, Germany, and Mr. Schultz, if you're listening tonight, I would encourage Lithuania to be strong, Latvia and Estonia, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Poland, and do everything I can to support Ukraine and get all of your European buddies and the United States to jump on board and help. Because if you don't, they will knock on your door. Stop telling Lithuania to stop. Big day today in Kyiv. And I know that Ukraine is not in the EU, but they have gained candidate status. But here's the big deal. They were able today to stick something in the Kremlin's eye. And I'm going to show you that. Okay, I know I got y'all going now. USA number 1. Sorry, Turkey, but you better take that back. Sad. Yep. Ricochet number 9 in the world. Rookie number. Germany's worried since the country has troops stationed in Lithuania could become involved. Russia would attack the Suwalki Gap. And of course, the Suwalki Gap, 63 miles, I think, 63, 67. And that is the little border there connecting Poland, Lithuania, and the little go-between gap between Kaliningrad and Belarus. So yes, that is a hotspot target area. Thank you guys, as always, for your comments, input. That's what makes this update each evening awesome. So, EU giving money to Ukraine. But today, for just a few minutes, Ukraine was now allowed to place the EU flag in their state house. The prime minister was there. President Zelensky spoke. It was a big deal. And who did they do it for? Not for themselves, although I'm sure it was a proud moment. But they did it so that the Kremlin can see it. No question. Here's the flag marching in. Here's a look tonight inside the State House in Kyiv. Prime Minister to the left. Over in the little box to the right of the flag right now, President Zelensky. Up on the TV screen, there's the EU Ursula. Now, I know many of you tonight are watching, you're going, do they know how to clap? Yes, they do. That is cultural. They all clap. Bam, 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 bam. All together. It's not like America. They clap together to show they're together. It's a unity clap. So that is absolutely normal. After that, Zelensky stood up. I'll give you about a minute of what he said. Translated in English, he made some really good statements.
Шановний пане голово Верховної Ради України, шановний пане прем'єр-міністр України, шановні народні депутати України, шановні присутні. Розпочалась нова історія України і Європейського Союзу. Ми тепер не поруч, ми тепер разом. Не два сусіди, між якими кордони і бар'єри, а одна європейська родина, яка має спільні цінності і спільну долю. І це не просто слова, це не декларативно, це не якесь сподівання чи якийсь там політичний розрахунок, це юридично зафіксований статус. Україна здобула статус кандидата на вступ до Європейського Союзу. 115 днів між подачею української заявки на вступ і відповіддю Європейського Союзу. Це рекордно короткий термін. Ми були згуртовані.
And there you have it. He goes on for about 9 more minutes talking about the budding relationship, the growing relationship. He was very clear. We're not in the EU, but we are candidate status, the fastest nation, 115 days to get candidate status. And I'm sure they made sure that the Kremlin saw that video today. Now, I want to move on to something important. It's all important, but let me pop this over. I want to ask you guys tonight to not forget Mariupol. Mariupol is in a devastating condition. Rampant sickness, no clean water, very little food, no infrastructure. But they're going to be having a drama at the drama theater. That, of course, is the drama theater there in the picture that was destroyed and so many people were killed, over 300. Written in the parking lot or the front plaza there is the word deti, meaning children, deti. And it was, of course, children in there. Tonight I've got a video clip translated, and I like to show these as I get them because we cannot forget Mariupol is Ukraine, and it will be Ukraine. Here's a young fella that was in the drama theater when it was struck.
Там, где была огромная люстра, это была сцена, этот потолок лег, там, где были люди. Но те, которые были на верхних рядах, на самых верхних, они спаслись. У меня там был знакомый, с которым я познакомился в драмтеатре. Там лег потолок, и когда вышел уже на полевую кухню, туда выхода не было, потому что завалилась стена. Я увидел, что там, где была сцена, там небо светится. Пришлось выходить через центральный вход. И после того, как я увидел, что там просто грубо цемента, мусора и крови, и после криков «Мама, ты где?», я понял, что мамы нет. Ну и после этого поднялся в комнату, сказал: «Мамы нету». Ну, подошел в комнату к Елене Анатольевне, где мама? Мамы нету. Она такая: ну, ты будешь с нами? Окей. Ну и после этого дальше продолжался мой путь как бы с ними. Причем я очень благодарен. Я понял, насколько русский мир безжалостен, и то, что насколько, извините за выражение, они козлы. После того, как был удар по драмтеатру, я очень сильно изменила что-то в своей жизни, в том плане вид жизни, мышление на людей и какие люди бывают.
So, what can you say? That's the reality. Anyone out there that would tell you these things didn't happen, don't listen to them, and that's why you're here. And secondly, for the second time tonight, I'm going to give you an update. That little fellow living in Mariupol, what language was he speaking? Russian. Not Ukrainian. He had a few Ukrainian words slipped in, but he was speaking Russian. That's why we're doing what we do. We're not going to forget the people. Last thing I want to get to tonight for the update is this. Day 128, critical mission accomplished. Now, I have to speak to all of you military guys out there. Thank you, as always, for your service. But I have full permission from the Ukrainian military to show you what I'm going to show you. I have full permission from the police and full permission from our NGO. Our team, Zhenya, and the guys with them, mission is accomplished. It's done. Today, we delivered over 2,000 kilograms of food to people that had none. We delivered medical supplies and other equipment for the military. This job is done, and our team has been into the east. They are back out of the east, and they are in a safe location away from any of the zones. In fact, they are out of the Donbass region now. Full disclosure, we have full freedom to share this. And I know you're sitting there tonight going, okay, how do you have permission from the military to share this? Because the military was traveling with them as an escort. And once they were out, Zhenya says, you know, there's people behind us supporting this. They said, you're good. You're good. You can share. It's not like these locations we don't know, that it is very, very critical. So our guys are safe, and we are fully in the clear tonight to share what I'm going to share with you. So tonight, this is where we made deliveries. Solidar and Siversk. Yeah. Let me zoom in for that just so you understand. Zhenya told me to pass a few thoughts on to you guys. You can see the green circles there, and you guys know the map well enough. If you look to the left, you see Slavyansk and Kramatorsk. If you look to the right, you see Severodonetsk and Lysychansk. And yes, that is the pinch. And Zhenya and the guys were in the pinch today. But we have delivered, and it had to happen. People were starving. So let me show you this here. We'll zoom in. I'll pull it up for you right here. Okay. We're good to go now, and I'll pull that up for you. So just so you understand, we've been following all of these locations. Of course, here is Severodonetsk. Here is Lysychansk. Here is Popasnaya. Here is Zolita. And we delivered today, and you will see this, to Siversk right there. Of course, Izum is up here. So, I mean, they were in the pinch. But it's necessary. Zhenya gave me a few notes. He says, please share this with the people viewing tonight, because it was shocking what we saw. So he gave me a few points. He says, Greg, please tell the people that everything is destroyed. Everything. Secondly, he said he was shocked in these critical zones how many families were there with children. He says, I would even ask them, why haven't you left? Get your children out of here. And they said, we have nowhere to go. We don't have any money. We have no family. We have nothing. We're hoping not to die. He told me that when they did the distribution today of food and humanitarian aid, and this is a Ukrainian guy, Zhenya, telling me this. He says, listen, man, Our people are having to live like animals. They have no water. They have no food. They have no electricity. And when we pulled up, it was like, gold for them. And the police and the military had to help keep people organized, not to rush the van. And by the way, we used the old van for this run, not the new one. He says the number one thing that people were asking for was not food, but water. There's no clean water. And then finally, he says, please tell the military guys that watch the stream. He says, we saw the 777s in action. And I will let him tell it to you. He's asleep right now, and they're safe. He says, Greg, Russia is scared of those 777s. He goes, when they would go off and they would fire them, and he said there was 3 777s there along the journey where they were going. They were with the military. He says they would fire together and they'd go boom. And he says then there would be an echo, a ba-boom, a ba-boom, a ba-boom. And he said when it would go off, the ground would feel like it's shaking. And he was smiling as he was telling me this. And he said, please tell people in America, thank you for sending us those weapons. They're making a difference. But he said, when them jokers went off, you can tell the difference between a 777 and a lot of the other stuff that they're firing. And I know there's Ricochet. Saw the M77 in action. Artillery you feel through your whole body. He says it rolled the ground. So anyway, that's the update. I do have pictures. I have some video. And once again, everything is clear. We would never put our guys at risk. Here is a few pictures and some video of today. You're going to see giving out food. You're going to see Jania sharing love with people even before they give the food. He told them about us here supporting financially and the mission there. He shared the gospel message and gave out food, and they were shocked that there were people in America helping support our organization in Khmelnytsky and bringing food literally to the front line. Tears is just so powerful. Folks, here it is. You will see also today, Bakhmut was fired upon. I'll give you this because this is the last thing I'm going to show you tonight. Let me go back to this screen. Bakhmut, of course, is right in the battle zone. Where are you at, Bakhmut? Bakhmut is somewhere. Where are you at? Slavyansk. It's very small. It's right here. Bakhmut is right there. And you will see some black smoke. And Jania told me that was the direction of Bakhmut where a lot of firing was going on. And I asked him, I said, so what were you hearing all day? He said, fear. That's what I was hearing all day. Fear. So, folks, here's our update and on the Seversk run. Little zoom in here to where we were, where Jania was and our team. And this is Sasha, military guy. He's helped me quite a bit get across borders. Video getting ready to start. That was just a few pictures. Giving out marshmallows to the children. Why is Ukraine's flag yellow and blue? There you go, folks. Wheat field. Yellow at the bottom, blue in the sky. And here you go.
Рядом, да? Hey guys, we just passed Slavyansk and going forward, bringing humanitarian aid. Now we're in Bakhmut district and going closer. Okay, here's update. Дальше ліворуч.
Дайте цій жіночці, будь ласка, яйця.
Так, точно. Боже благословінь.
І вас хай Бог
Бог вас дуже любить.
Дякуємо, дякуємо.
Незалежно, що люди говорять тут. Бережіть. Да, великі слави.
Прийдите на своїх внуків вже.
Hello from Siversk. And here was the school. It was the building of the school. Teenagers were getting education here. I mean, getting knowledge. And now, you see, what was it was Russian visit, let's say, the Russian missile. We just finished distributing humanitarian aid. We brought food. We brought some drinks. We brought rice, a lot of stuff like that, and people needed even more. Not so much volunteers as we heard getting to this place, because it's quite dangerous. And thank you to all the partners. Thank you for your support. Because of you, it's possible for us to go, to buy fuel, to buy the food, and deliver it in here. Thank you for helping people. Siversk, Suvorova Street. Сіверський професійний ліцей.
They said the Seversk Professional Building.
Не, они останутся. Ну, они будут ругаться, если едут. Как вам хотите поставить? Или давайте я позову. А где он там? Она просто сама так.
Куди, Саш, ми йдемо?
Заходь. Йдемо до чистої.
Ага.
Поверніть праворуч. Поверніть праворуч.
Нам тут хватить.
Хватить? Сюди, от.
Да, ну вам туди, наверное, десь.
Отако?
Да. Нет.
Все, давай знімай. Ти знімай.
Ми втрачаємо те, що Бог нас склав, і починаємо воювати. Нам починає хотітися більше земель, більше ще чогось. Ми починаємо бути задоволені, нам починаємо здоров'я. Ми хочу сказати, Бог вас любить. Приймайте це з одною
He's sharing
Дякую.
about the team that makes this
Одна,
happen.
Бог вас любить, друге. Хтось там
Sharing
десь
about hope.
думає про вас, збирає, от, діти, сім'ї і так далі. І це теж. Подумайте про це. Хай вас Бог благословить вільно. От. Шукайте того, що служить миру, між собою. От.
І зараз теж, будь ласка, не цей. Так що спокійно, ми...
Yes? Hello, guys from Ukraine. And here is, you see, we distributing the food sets for people in need. These people hearing the artillery and the shelling regularly, and it's not easy for them to buy and to find the food. So we prepared special food sets, and we want to thank you, everyone who was giving, who was helping us to help these people. So thank you very much, and God bless you richly. Давай на русском. Українською.
Для дітей, візьміть двоє, беріть. Для дітей двоє, беріть. Діточки, це...
Children.
Руки от поля пускай. Лево, зайди, кто сразу не подходит. Боже, не складайте от себе, забирайте.
Military guy there telling me you have to stay in order. You have to stay in order. And there you have it. I don't know if we can get any more real than that, but folks, that's what we are a part of, and you are a part of. Thank you to our host and home church, Bethel Life, for pushing all of this. And so here's what we're going to do. I see you guys in there talking, and York 997, I see you there. Hello from Oregon. Great job reporting. Prayers for Ukraine. Much appreciated. Thank you. I also saw you guys talking about water, and you guys rock. So are they also delivering water filtration as well as food? We have had some water filtration units earlier in the war, but we need more. And now that we have access to make these runs, if you could hear Jania earlier, he said where we're going to, humanitarian aid is not getting here as much because the volunteers aren't able, or it's just a little too risky. So here's the deal. More of this is going to happen because if you saw the guy in the back seat early, and I can tell his name, we talk about it online. His name is Sasha. He's military, and he was actually very, very high ranking in the Ukrainian border guard. He has helped me many times get across the Moldavian border. He's a very close personal friend of mine as well. He left the border guard just to work with our NGO for this war. He's helping with security. He's helping with relationships. The guy knows everybody in the military. He was major level. And I know you look and go, well, he's young. Well, he's not. He's in his 40s. He's major level. So he has pushed out just to help on the humanitarian side. You may say, well, why can't the military get in there and help get the people out or supply them food? They're too busy fighting. It's quite a job. So with that said, I see you, Jeffrey Burnett, talking. JDL, I see you being a part of that. And here's what I'm going to do. We're going to raise some funds for water filtration, life straws, whatever it may be. I will, in fact, I'm going to make a note on my handy notepad, and I will talk to Jane about that in the morning, see what the process is. We will get Sasha, military guy there that's on our team, to help us figure out. I'm sure Ukrainian military has access or avenues. Britta pictures for donations. Yeah, they're too big, I think. But regardless, maybe Britta, I don't know. We're going to do something. Let's see. Organization in North Carolina. Here we go. Called Wine to Water that makes filtration systems for rural areas. And I'm taking a picture of that, chat. Yes, I have it as well, but in the log. But okay, so we're on a mission, guys. we're on a mission, and we're going to do it together as a team. So PK will get involved in this. Our church will get involved in this, and we're going to make a concerted effort to push for some water, because we cannot have people thirsting to death, and we could definitely get some units to some of these towns, and people can share them. So we're moving it to the top of the list. That's the update for today. Thank you for being here. Day 128 in the books, and as the title said, mission accomplished. On to the next one. We'll see you in 23 hours. Pray for Sumy tonight. Tonight, that is the city that is the chosen target for heavy strikes. Lord bless you, and peace upon you, and peace upon Ukraine. We will see you. Please keep us posted in progress for obtaining water. Hey, you guys are here each night. We don't play. We don't play. Continue to pray for Ukraine. Thank you for that. That's our website there, blwc.org. But with that said, everyone hang on, and let's we're going to make this a focused effort here. We're going for water filtration, and we'll do it upright. So thank you, guys. Thank you for the idea. Jeffrey Burnett, thank you for all your moderation. All you guys out there with all of your help. Let's get some clean water now to Ukraine. Be blessed. See you in 23 hours. Good night.